What up, everybody? So we are back with Beyond the Gates. It's me and Really B. So since I didn't do anything last week and Really B was out of town last week, I just thought, hey, we'll wait until this week to get it done. So this is episodes 190 through 197. So y'all, this week we'll start. So I think it'll be the same this week. It'll be 3 episodes this week. So I think it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday like last week.
Okay.
And I think we'll 97, 98, 99, 200. So we'll start 200 on Wednesday, which is very
Oh, shucks.
which is very
So when
interesting.
does season 2 start?
I guess it'll start next week.
I
The week or the
guess.
week after.
Okay.
I guess it'll start the week after. So
So okay.
I'm here for it. I'm ready to see what they got in store for us. I'm gonna talk about something because I thought about you again in one particular scene. I cracked up laughing.
I'm pretty certain I know what scene that is, but okay.
I cracked up laughing. I was like, girl, y'all are trolling at this point because
Yeah, now they just trolling me.
because I was like, they trolling. So what did you think about actually this is 195 through no, it's 190 through one. I got two different pages of notes. What did you think about the last week and 3 days?
Again, I have to tap into my years of soap operas. I think this was a great great holiday wrap up, right?
Mhm.
We know that generally speaking, around the holidays, they don't give us a lot of heavy
Right.
storylines. I mean, unless they had like a serial killer or something going around, they don't really start anything heavy because they know that, they know that,
People out and about.
yeah, I mean, so I expect it's gonna rev up, like you said, going into season 2. We're
Mhm.
gonna probably like the whole Haley of it all and all that stuff will probably rev up. I feel like when they got approved for season 2, they probably stretched that storyline out a little bit more to
Mhm.
carry over into season 2. I feel like that's gonna be our big storyline to start off season 2. But I think they did a really, really good job of giving us some great holiday moments. I think everybody had a holiday scene and
Mhm.
we kind of see where relationships are moving into the new year. I mean, of course, the big storyline that they did sort of start, we'll get into that as well. But I feel like that's something they added once they knew they had a season 2, because I can't imagine they would have started that. I'm talking about Anita. I can't
Mhm.
imagine they would have started that storyline not knowing whether they were going to get a season 2. So, but we'll get into all of that. But I think overall, I enjoyed it because I had to watch pretty much. I literally watched all of the episodes over 2 days because I was so far behind,
Mhm.
and if they flowed. I mean, there were a couple of times I fast forwarded, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they flowed.
Yeah, I thought they were really good too. I will be honest and say I did not expect them to go the route that they're going with Anita, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But I didn't foresee them to go
I didn't
that.
see it coming, but I'm kind of glad they're going there.
Yeah, I didn't see it being that drastic. I knew there was something wrong with her. I just know that they were going that far. I was like, oh, okay. So we're gonna have to see that play out. I'm like, cool. And I think it'll show a little bit. It'll show more range to her, her acting capabilities. Because I mean, that's gonna be something that you have to really.
Oh yeah, I mean, she gave it to us even when she found out, like that, her face,
Mm,
everything. Yeah, she's one of the better I mean, she's one of the seasoned actors on the show, and she's definitely a great, great, great actress. So I'm
mhm.
definitely looking forward to this storyline. And I think it's given us um I just like to see that they're doing more with those characters than just the matriarchs that are just there. Like I like that we're getting a storyline with them.
Yeah, I do too. So we'll start off with Monday of the past week. So now the Friday before we had ended with Bill having that conversation with Lynette about him taking on Lynette as a client.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to take on Lynette, but he said he would have someone else look at her case. I'm like, there's got to be Tomas, but
Yes, Tomas.
I was kind of confused. Why
Because
would Bill?
clearly Tomas is the only attorney that works there.
I get right? No other attorneys. So then she told Haley that she hopes that they'll be seeing each other, and you can see Haley's face scrunch out up. I was like, girl, if you want to keep up the facade, you're gonna have to work on the facial structure because your face clearly scrunched up with Lynette.
Okay, your
And
face
that was
kind
when
of
I,
told on you a little bit, girl. We definitely knew you knew her.
and that's when I was like, girl, you letting it be known that you know Lynette. And then you meet, I'm not even trying to get ahead of myself, but you literally scrunched your face up. And I don't know what Bill be doing because I would have looked at her like, why? You okay, babe? Like, because you're making a face. And I know she probably would have made up a lie, but I was like, girl, your face. Let's fix it.
And we'll talk about. Well, look, I know what you would get ready to say, but when we get there, I'm probably gonna say the same thing you're gonna say, yeah.
So Haley then texts Randy about Lynette being in Bill's office. So we realized that Haley, Randy, and Lynette, they must have ran scams together at some point in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, why would you immediately text Randy? But I had already said it. She knows this girl. Now, I'm curious to see where they go with this storyline with Lynette, as with intertwining it with Randy and Haley. I'm curious to see where that goes. Hell, I'm curious to see if Haley is her real fucking name.
Well, it's not. Remember when they met up
Yes.
and she was getting ready to call her real name and Haley was like, no, she said something about whatever your name is. And she
Yeah.
was like, well, you told me that. She was like, no, stay in the con all the time. I can't afford to not call you Haley around the wrong people. She was getting ready to say Haley's real name.
And then that makes me wonder, like, if Haley is not her real name, then how the hell is she in a marriage with Bill? Like, you gotta
Wait a
go.
minute. She must have said it because who's that in the chat said her name is Val.
She said Val when she sat down with her in the Tuesday episode. She said, "Hey Val," and she said it's Haley.
Yeah.
I was
So
like,
yeah, that's her real name. Yeah.
Val. She don't look like a Val. She looked like a treacherous Haley.
Well, that's because we know her as Haley ass child. I'm gonna be honest. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it goes as well, because where I'm curious to find out is, oh Lord, I'm curious to find out is this girl really like, oh, the one time that I didn't do something wrong, I got caught for embezzlement, and I'm innocent, and I'm wondering if she's gonna like become, because like of course Haley is worried about her, blackmailing her or something like that, or just going to Bill. I'm wondering if she's really as rehabilitated as she's pretending to be, or is she really gonna be a thorn in Haley's side, which I would be cool with it.
I think she's a thorn because there's something about her I don't trust.
Well, she's a thief, so.
Right. And then she said something that I didn't put it in my notes. So I don't remember which day it is. But she was talking, actually, it was the day she met up with Haley and Randy, when she was like, Haley pretended to be someone's daughter or granddaughter to run a con on the person. It was a daughter because Randy came in being the supportive brother so that they can get the person's inheritance. I was like, damn, y'all scamming old people?
They don't, but listen, they're scammers, child. They don't care.
Jesus. So after that, this episode is the episode where Anita got called in by Dr. On.
Dr. On or something like
Dr.
that.
On, I think that's her name. And she let Anita know that they did the biopsy on her, and actually no, this is the episode where the doctor called her down to do the biopsy on her breast so that they can see, because there were some issues with her stuff, so they want to run a biopsy on her. In that moment, I was like, yeah, this is going to be breast cancer.
Yeah.
I just knew it right off the bat. It was breast cancer.
Yeah. And you said that as soon as they started talking about her being at the hospital and stuff, you were like, something's going to be going on with her health.
Yeah, it was. I just felt like that's where they were going. Again, I didn't want it to be where they were going, but I was like, for them to be so hyper focused on Anita's health, something is about to happen with her health. So y'all, this episode, Monday with Joey, I'm still so confused where we're going with the Joey storyline, because there are so many things that bother me with Joey. So in Monday's episode, he was upset about some gaming laws, right? And I was like, okay, I get you being upset about that. But then he went to Bill because people are returning money to him So he wants Bill to run against Martin for his congressional seat. I was like, I was confused because I was like, I know what he's doing. He's trying to get somebody in his pockets. But
Yeah.
but I don't think Bill would go for that. Yes, he has stuff on Bill.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. In his mind, Bill's gonna go for it because he's got shit on Bill. Even though he has something on Martin, I don't think he's really ready to go there with Martin. But with Bill, and plus Bill's scruples are questionable. I think he is a lot. He feel like it's easier to get Bill on his side
Then Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
But Martin is the one with the Martin is the one with the secret. Yes, Joey and
Yeah,
everybody.
but I think him and Bill have done more business than just that. I think he probably got more shit on Bill.
Oh, you think he got a lot more than just this whole Kenny thing?
I mean, let's go back to the Bill we met at the beginning that they were trying to make us think he was this shady ass lawyer. You know, he was legit, but he also would cross lines. So I feel like him and Joey probably have more history.
Okay, I can see that. Because I was confused. I was like, again, I know what you got on Bill, but I don't think that's enough for Bill to be like, okay, let me work for you. Because that's essentially what he will be doing.
Oh no, I agree.
So, but I'm curious to see because Bill is turning it down, but then we see later he's trying to put a bug in Haley's. Yeah, I was like, that ain't gonna help.
Yeah, but Haley can't afford to be in a national spotlight. Like she done got victims all over the United States. She can't afford to be the first. And y'all, the political scientist in me is just it's making it so hard for me to go along with this shit. None of them live in DC. Well, Martin does live in DC, but DC, they making it seem like this congressional seat has all this power. It doesn't. And Bill don't even live in DC. He can't run. He can't run for Martin's seat. If Martin is a congressman out of or senator or whatever out of DC, he can't run for his seat. I mean, I know I'm being technical, but writers, that's not how that works around here. But anyway, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let it go.
So that was it for Monday. So then we'll move on to Tuesday. So Tuesday is when Haley and Lynette met up at Uptown. I'm like, damn. Here's my thing with you, Haley. You met this girl in Bill's office. You pretended as if it would be one thing if you said, "Oh, I remember you from somewhere, but I just can't think of where I remember you from." That would be one thing. And then we see you out in public with the girl. But you met her, pretend like you ain't never met this girl a day in your life, and now you at a bar with her, having a whole ass conversation, telling her, you in love with Bill and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, girl, what?
So the writers, can I talk to the writers for a second?
Go ahead.
So to the writers, you guys need to create. Joey needs to get a space. Like, I know we have his little gambling back room, right? Y'all need to give Joey a space. And what I mean by that is we need to have somewhere in town where people can go when they don't want to be seen. Because Uptown and Norma Ray's, what's the place called? Orthy Jeans. And it's too visible. Everybody fucking goes those two places. So it makes no sense. I know y'all added a little coffee shop, but it makes no sense to have this place where everybody comes in and out of all day and night. And these people, because this isn't the first time, like Haley is meeting with Randy every damn where. Like, y'all need to give, and the reason why I say give it to Joey is because Joey's establishment will be a place that, the good people wouldn't go. Like, you're not going to see Nicole hanging out. You know what I mean? You're not going to see Nicole hanging out because that's what they did with Sonny. Sonny had the strip club. Nobody was going in that damn strip club unless they didn't want to be seen. Then from there, didn't he have like a cafe or something at one time?
His bistro.
Bistro, right. So we need to give Joey something adjacent to the strip club. Something, to the casino. Somewhere that people can go when they don't want to be seen, because it makes no sense that you are literally running a scam, and allegedly you and Randy only know each other because he's the person that saved you when you were having your fake miscarriage. And now every time we look up, y'all are hanging out and having these conversations. Like, somebody would have went back and told Bill by now, that we done seen your wife with this man. You might want to check that.
Right.
And now you meeting with this woman who allegedly you don't know her, and she is one of your husband's clients. So y'all shouldn't be hanging out, even if y'all just ran into each other one time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But multiple meetings, come on, man, it's sloppy to me.
Maybe that's what, and I'm wondering if that's what they are intentionally doing, is making Haley sloppy. Now that we know everything,
I don't know.
Because I've been wondering that. Because I'm like, since we found out about Haley, she's very sloppy with everything that she does, and I've been wondering if that's intentional for us to see it and Bill not to see it.
I mean, I now that we know, like, I'm cool with them letting us in on some stuff so we can see it from that perspective. Like when she drops her face now, like when she hugs Bill and we see her face drop. Like, okay, I'm cool with them letting us in on that. But to totally make her go from this immaculate con to making all these silly mistakes, it's irritating me at this point. Like, even the thing with the pills, I still don't understand why she panicked when she thought he was dead. Aren't you trying to kill him? Like, I was so confused. Like, so have you changed your mind? Are you really in love with Bill? Like, what?
I think
that's literally, you had just increased the drops because it wasn't going fast enough. The man passes out. All you had to do was start screaming. The man has had a stroke. It's not like anybody in the office would feel like, what's crazy about it? It's just, I didn't understand it. I'm confused at this point. And I'm just being honest. Now, the writers, I give you your things when it's good, but I got to give you your things when it's bad. And right now, I don't like it. Because I just think it's sloppy for no reason.
I think they're trying to show us Haley is conflicted now because she loves Bill.
But they're not giving us that, though. I hear what you're saying, Lock Queen. And even if they were giving us that, I would be like, cool, because that makes sense that she really did. But she's not having those conversations with Randy. She's not. Even she said it to the old girl, to the what's the girl name again?
Lynette.
She said it to Lynette, but I don't think, like, she didn't say it like it was serious. Like, it was almost like she said it to just, oh, well, I really fell for him this time. I don't know about that part. But if that's what they're trying to show us, then they need to show us that. They're not showing us that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because Randy even said that to her, and Randy was like, come on, cuz. I mean, she was like, come on, cuz, I ain't falling for him. Like, they're not giving us any of that. So if that's what they're trying to show us, I can rock with that. That would be a reasonable storyline, but they're not showing us that.
Yeah, it's not making sense. But that was the only thing I could come up with. I'm like, maybe they're intentionally doing this.
That's the only thing I could come up, because y'all did such a good job of writing Haley
in the beginning.
Flawless.
Absolutely.
Flawless. Even to the point where I started, because remember in the beginning, I was like, and I was like, well, maybe not. Shit, I don't know. She's sticking to this con.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Bill, we see him having a conversation with Tomas. Oh God. Now here's something I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this and hear me out. Like, I don't want to take nobody's job from them, but it might be time to recast Tomas.
Tomas is not getting any better. I understand what you're saying 100%. Because some of them started off shaky and they're getting better. Like, I feel like Ashley and the firefighter, I feel like Ashley and Derek are getting better. Even though Derek, you still got a long way to go. But you started here. I think a lot of them that started off a little shaky are getting better. But
his acting,
because I'm sick of Tomas.
Oh God, because his acting when he was talking to Bill, I was like, he sounded to me like when Giselle was on there, when it sounded like she was reading from a paper. It literally sounds like he's reading from a paper. And again, I don't want to take nobody's job from them, but his acting is not gotten any better. It's stagnant. And I'm like, God, his things end. So he was having a conversation with him, and Bill is telling him that he wants him to take the lead on Lynette's case, but he actually wants Tomas to look into Lynette and not the person that's coming against her. I was like, so you do have some kind of semblance of common sense to look into her as well, because it is weird that she just came to you out of the blue with this whole case. So then he tells Haley that he wants Haley to take the lead, take on this case as well, but he wants her to spy on Tomas. I was like, what? That makes no sense, Bill. You had me when you were talking about the fact that you wanted him to take this case and dig into Lynette, but why are you spying on him? What does that do for you? Like, I was so confused, and I'm still confused.
So what it makes me think that, can I say, and I know, and I started feeling like this. I'll wait till we get to that episode. It's further down the line. There's a part of me that still, they haven't shown it yet, but there's a part of me that believes that Bill, even if he didn't hear everything, Bill overheard enough. I still think that Bill is onto Haley.
Somebody was
still think, and because of that, maybe Bill didn't miss the look between Haley and old girl.
Are you talking about him with that St. Bart's trip?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw people question it online. Maybe Bill is on to her for him to cancel this, stop that St. Bart's trip. And I see where you're coming from. I just thought it was just Bill just being, just saying, let's just.
I mean, you think he just want to stay around and keep an eye on his wife, his ex-wife?
Yeah, I thought Bill was just doing that because he didn't want to, because he still wants to keep an eye on Danny.
Maybe. But he's still drinking her drinks. I didn't. Did they show that? I must have missed it. If they showed it.
He did. She put it in.
Okay, then he ain't. If he's still drinking that damn tea, then no.
No, it's not the tea. She did what you said. She finally took your advice. She put it in that alcohol.
Put it in the liquor. Well, if he's drinking the liquor, that's different. If he's still drinking the tea, because my thing is, child.
She finally put it in his whiskey this time.
She should have been putting it in his damn liquor.
She finally put it in the liquor. I think it was this past week that she put it in the liquor.
Okay, yeah. I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was when
I told y'all I watched a bunch of episodes at one time, so I might.
It was when they were at home. She put it in the. She was at home. They were at home this time. They weren't at the office. She put it in the liquor. I was like, well, look at her. They done took your advice.
Listen.
So the one scene that I don't really want to talk about, but Vanessa and Joey are slowly, to me, turning into Derek and Ashley. Derek and Ashley. Because honestly, when it comes down to Vanessa and Joey, I don't care about their relationship.
I don't care, and I don't understand what's happening here. Like, I don't get it.
I don't either.
And I don't care.
I don't even know what I'm trying to figure out what the end goal is. Like, what is Vanessa doing?
Because, I mean, Vanessa is really trying to sell us on the whole, I wasn't in love with Doug, but I said I would stay married to him. But now I just want to be happy now, and I don't care. Who knows? And child,
like, I'm just so confused because I was watching the episode and I was just like, I was taking the notes and I was like, there's nothing that I can take a note on because I don't care.
Because I don't care, and they're saying they're arguing about the same shit. Like we haven't heard them have one conversation about business. We ain't heard them saying that she ain't sold nobody a damn house. Like nobody. I don't care about nothing. You're right. They're slowly turning into the Ashley and Derek. Actually, I enjoy now that they're not ramming this Ashley and Derek relationship down our throat. I mean, Ashley more so than Derek because, of course, Derek can't act. So Ashley more so than Derek. But the Ashley, like that scene with her and Shanice when they exchanged the Christmas gifts and stuff, I thought that was a cute scene. Like, the acting didn't seem bad or whatever. Now, Derek was still... when he was trying to flirt with the girl and stuff, it was still a lie. But I'm with you. Like the Vanessa and again, y'all know I'm going to say it. The damn kids. Even though we did get a cameo from the son, where is the girl? And I feel like, now I will say this, I feel like they're alluding to something going on with the girl. Because the son was like, well, she's been, she hasn't been, it hasn't been great. I've had to stay on the phone with her,
Mhm.
but she's with her sorority sister. Now they are alluding, but that's all the more reason why that makes me feel like Vanessa's a bad mama. Because baby, you should have been in your car, especially since they trying to make it seem like Banneker is only 45 minutes away. Baby, you should have been in your car. Why aren't you on your way up there?
That's my thing.
The boy said the girl wasn't sleeping.
And then she don't went on a fucking another trip.
Child, it's something. I don't know. And at this point, I don't even, because it don't make no sense to me.
Like, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But Vanessa, like I said, it's just this storyline with Joey. It's just like, where's it going? I want y'all to get there fast. Wherever the fuck
Yeah, wherever y'all taking this train, let's hurry up and park it.
Wherever they're going with that
Pull
one.
it into the station. Whatever we need to do. Because I'm really sick of it at this point.
Wherever they're going, I want that to wrap the fuck up. So
no, they all go to Banneker, and they make it seem like Banneker is right down the street, because remember, that's where Vernon lectures. Vernon teaches at Banneker. Isaiah works at Banneker. They make it seem like it's like 30, 40 minutes away.
Yeah. So Wednesday, I'm gonna start with the scene that I hated the most. That was Nicole and Carlton. When I tell you that scene, it gets under my skin for so many reasons. It's the fact that, one, you're his business partner. That's number one. Top of the line, you're his business partner and his friend, and you are having a date with him. You're dating his wife. You're having a picnic in their marital home. Like, my God, today.
Right. The house that you probably went to cookouts and game nights and movie nights and all that other shit with his wife.
Like, that makes me, like, I got why Ted was so upset. It's like, have you been pining after my wife this whole entire time?
That's what that's how I would be thinking. To me, that's the difference between Carlton and the bit, like, you're my business partner, you're my friend. You have been here the majority of the time I've been married to this woman, and that makes me think. So you've been trying to get at my wife all these years. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't get past it, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't get past it. I've been trying. I can't.
Like, that one I can't get past. Now I know y'all. I know you and some of the people in the chat don't like the whole Shanice and Ted of it all. That one I'm cool with. I get it that it looks one way because she works in a hospital. She knows Nicole and stuff like that, but it doesn't appear that they're just like girlfriends or nothing like that. So it's not like she's crossing a line. Whereas Carlton,
I don't like it, but I can get past it faster than this Carlton situation.
Carlton is crossing a whole ass line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, that's your business partner. Mm-hmm. That business will be dissolved.
That's what listen. I'll be on the phone with my attorney.
Like, we would dissolve that business because there's no way I'm working with you. Absolutely. So, speaking of Ted, so Ted gave Shanice a gift for it was a bird's nest. I would have been like, Ted, if you don't take this shit back, a bird's nest. But it was cute. I guess it was a thought that counts.
I understood his thought process. He was like, look, you say you have a phobia. This might be a way to help you get past your phobia. But yeah, sir, you could have kept this.
He definitely could have.
But it was top of the line, though. It was expensive.
It was.
It had a HD, a 4D camera and everything. It was expensive.
It was.
But if I tell you I'm scared of something, I don't need you to buy me something that's going to... Unless I said to you, can you help me get over my phobia? Yeah. Now, if I asked you for help in getting past it, that's a different conversation. But if I didn't ask you for any help, sir, I don't need... listen, I have a phobia. I don't need you to help me get past it.
Mm-mm. Now, the most interesting part of this episode was Leslie and how rude she is. So, Leslie.
Oh, child. Leslie is a bitch. She is a nasty bitch.
She is. So, she's at Orphy Jeans and she's having a conversation with... She don't call this girl Nene, Naomi. I was like, how do you just call people a nickname without their permission saying that? But
well, she give everybody nicknames.
She do. So she's meeting up with Naomi. at Orphe Jeans. June is like, girl, she sold what's the little girl name? Uh,
Samantha.
Samantha. She's like, I'm not dealing with that one because she said that one is rude. And
Yeah.
Samantha's like, okay, well, I'll go over there. And Samantha went over there with that coffee, and typical June, not typical June, but typical Leslie, she was a bitch. I was
It
like,
was.
and I'm like, girl, this is a fucking kid. She's a kid. Why are you being rude to a kid that don't even work? And and then when she was like, that's my idea, so I want to thank you. And she was like, it's my idea. No, Leslie, you wouldn't have even thought about this free clinic if it wasn't for Samantha. And then you don't want to listen to Naomi's advice. Naomi is telling you sound advice. Link up with somebody who has a foot in the industry. You also want to do nonprofits. You also want to do this. She's like, well, that's what you're for. I was like, no, Leslie, that's not what she's for. This is how you know Leslie ain't doing this from the kindness of her heart.
Well, we already know she ain't doing it for the right reason. She
Right.
doing it to try to impress Ted
Mhm.
and get her name out there. That is it, and that is all. She's trying to get the approval of the country club. By the beyond the gates, you know.
And like I said before, I'm not gonna I'm gonna say it and then we gonna get off of
But
it.
she is a great villain. Somebody says she's my
Yeah,
favorite villain. She is a great villain.
she's a
Let's be clear. I love to see her be a villain now. She's
yeah,
a great villain, but she's rude, but she's a horrible person. But she's a great villain.
she's a great villain, but she's a bitch at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
The thing that I have a question on, and I know the writers get up, so I'm gonna say it and then we're gonna if you want to piggyback on it, you can. I'm pretty sure you probably won't. But it's the money thing. It's like not how much is it, but where is she getting it from?
Well, I'm glad Naomi said that your trust fund is not forever. I'm
Yeah,
glad she threw that out there.
that was my question. It was like, I know you have a trust fund, but if I remember correctly, you can only get a certain amount a
She
month.
gets a certain amount a month, yeah. But it's in the millions. Like, I mean, if you now it seems like she has blown through $1 million in 1 month. But for the average person, if I got a check on the first of the month for like $3 million, I'm good. I'm
Mhm.
real good. But yeah, she's spending it like it's just like I said. Some of the stuff they have her spending the money on, it's like, come on now, like that was ridiculous. Other things like her buying a house beyond the gates, I'm with that. The
Yeah.
whole I would have much rather that storyline have gone. And again, I get it, y'all. I know it sounds like we're being nitpicky. I'm just giving examples of what, for me as a viewer, if she had called to Vanessa to help her find a house, and then somebody miraculously was selling a house that Vanessa was like, well, I mean, a house just went on the market. I mean, it hasn't officially gone on the market yet, but I know that they're gonna list it soon. That happens all the time where especially high-end real estate agents, a lot of times those houses never hit the market. You know,
Right.
you selling a high-end piece of real estate, it never hits the market. It's like a lot of times they're private sales. You don't never see no for sale sign in nobody's yard. And then on some HOAs, especially again the high-end places, they're not allowed to put. I had a friend of mine lived in a gated community. They weren't allowed to put a for sale sign on their lawn. It just had to be listed on different, in different places. They could not put a for sale sign. That was
Mhm.
part of the HOA rules. So I could easily see the house across the street being up for sale and the Dupree's not knowing about it. And
Mhm.
then she closes on the house. But that whole I'll pay double, I'll pay triple. Now I'm going to tear the house down and build it back up. It's just that type of stuff is just like, come on, y'all. Y'all doing too much with this money.
It's
Her
ridiculous.
buying a house across the street from the Dupree's that might cost $6 or $7 million. I can go with that.
Mhm.
Her even helping to pay for the trial for her mom for Peaches, I can go for that. Even her now saying, look, I will be an investor in this free clinic, I can go for that. But all of that stuff in the last month is just too much. I'm sorry. And then she paid for the surgery for the leg. I could even see that. That was even reasonable to say, well, I'm
Mhm.
going to pay for this surgery. That might be $200,000 or $300,000. I'll pay
Mhm.
for the surgery. I can see that. But all of that stuff, and then the country club building, it's just too fucking much.
Mhm.
She bought the condo. Now she living in a hotel. Like it's just too much.
Yeah. It is. It is.
V. Spencer said, I refuse to believe the articulate. Well, remember, she had a solo career.
She had a solo career.
They're basically putting Anita Dupree on the level of like a Diana Ross or
Yeah,
something.
she had a
Like
solo
after she
career.
left the Articulates, she had a whole solo career
She was
where
an actress.
she was an actress. Yeah. So I can believe that because remember, she had a certain amount of money go into the trust. Oh, from the time Barbara died till now, a certain amount of money went into the trust. So it's been collecting interest. It's probably been invested. I can see the trust being worth a good amount of money.
Me too.
But what I can't see is
when she's spending it.
What the way she's spending it, it don't add up. I'm sorry. And I know that sometimes people don't like I'm not trying to be petty about it, but you got to make it realistic. She just stopped adding to it now, though. That's what I'm saying. So for example, for Leslie to be in her 40s, right? Let's say Leslie's, 30s, 40s. That means that for the last 33, 40 years, let's just say 40 years. For the last 40 years, Anita's been putting money into this trust and it has been collecting interest and is being reinvested. Yes, it is reasonable that trust is now worth a lot of money. But what I'm saying is the way that they have her spending the money is ridiculous.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Not somebody said Anita was Beyonce and the other two were Kelly and Michelle. Now we ain't gonna do too much on Michelle, not Michelle, but Kelly.
Did you see Kelly's Christmas picture? Her son, her oldest son, he looked grown.
Yes, I did see that picture.
I was like, oh my gosh, he looks grown.
I mean, he ain't that much younger than Blue.
Yeah, I know, but
they grow up so fast.
No, Barbara's family was not. No, nobody was. That money was sitting there. Remember when Anita said when she first told Vernon about the trust, she said, no one has claimed it yet, but I keep adding to it because one day Peaches, because remember, Peaches is the only one that even knew. Barbara didn't have a relationship with her family. That money's been sitting there. Leslie was the first one to touch it because remember they had to do the DNA test and all of that.
Yeah, nobody ever touched that money until now.
Yeah, nobody was getting that money.
So that money been sitting, like you said, that money been sitting and collecting interest for at least 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
So
because Leslie's got to be at least, give or take, Leslie's at least, for her and Ted to have been around, I'm saying she's at least 40.
Yeah, she's somewhere in her 40s.
Right. Peaches is not blood related, so she couldn't claim the money. Right.
All right. So
and remember, the attorneys just started reaching out. That's how Peaches even knew, because the attorneys were looking for her.
Yeah, they were looking for Leslie.
They were looking for Leslie, right?
That's why Peaches came to town.
Right.
On that terrible wig.
Because remember, the attorneys had started calling Leslie and she thought it was a scam.
So then we move.
Wait a minute, hold on. They said the only relative died and she had the trust. That must have been a writing mistake. Then I don't remember that part. Okay, so maybe y'all remember that. I remember Anita saying that she's been waiting because that the money's just been sitting there. So maybe I missed something that I don't remember Anita saying that. I don't remember that part. So I could be wrong.
I have to go back. I kind of remember something like that.
Okay, right. They said after Barbara's sister died. Okay, so maybe that's what it was then. Okay. All right, never mind. I thought she said nobody had gotten the money.
But nobody did get the money, but I think she did have a sibling, but that is a good thing. Like, why come you didn't give it to her sister?
I thought that nobody had gotten the money. I could be wrong, y'all. I just don't remember that. I thought I heard Anita saying that when she told Vernon about the trust, she said nobody had gotten the money and she's just waiting. But I could be wrong if y'all, because listen, I miss stuff. I'm watching it. Y'all hear stuff that I don't hear, All
right, so we move on to Thursday. So we see Leslie and she is at Uptown having a conversation with Marcel, right? So she is confronting Marcel about working for the Duprees, and he let her know, like, hey, I was only doing that for them because they were worried about that Peterson girl. And so that girl's afraid of her own shadow. Ma'am. Don't
you tried to kill her.
Exactly. Don't gaslight me, bitch.
Twice.
You ran that girl off the road and then you spiked her potassium. The girl has every right to be afraid of you. You tried to kill her, bitch. Like, damn. But I do see something spark between Marcella and Les. I was like, oh, two crazy people gonna have a relationship with each other.
Listen, I ain't lying to you. I'm kind of here for it.
I
I'm
am
kind of
too.
here for it.
I am. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I'm like I can see it in a weird way.
I can see it too, and I'm kind of here for it.
I'm like I can see this, and I'm a little here for it. But what gave me pause is like Leslie, you put yourself in another situation of a married man.
Some women, listen, some women love dating married men.
Because I was like, he's still married, even though he says his wife is telling him she's done. You ain't
Child,
done
that's the
until
oldest story in the book.
I was just about to say that is the oldest trick in the book. You ain't done until that paperwork has a sealed stamp on it. Shout out to Stacey from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay.
That one, like your divorce ain't official until the judge signs off on it. You have a seal on it, and it is published. In a database saying on this day, such and such and such and such are divorced. So, but you're right, Leslie. That might be Leslie's kink is to be with married men. And and
Listen,
ain't no judgment to anybody who likes it. If you like it,
I mean, I ain't. I'm judging you a little bit.
I'm a little bit, but
I ain't judging you a lot. I'm just judging you this much.
Mhm.
I ain't judging you if you have had an affair with a married man. I'm judging you if all you want to date is married men.
Some people say, I've heard people make that. I've heard people say why they like dating married men, right? Or married people in general, because they don't have to worry about the attachment to them. Like you already attached to somebody else, so I don't have to worry about that. Like I can live my life, do what I want to do, and then we be good. Some people, I've heard people say that, and I'm like, that makes no sense to me. You don't have to be attached. Like you can have a relationship with somebody, no strings attached, and still have that same you do you, I do me. When we come together, we do each other. Like I've never understood the whole sleeping with married,
Oh, I
married people.
respect the people who in the chat who say they are judging. I respect it.
I do
I
too.
respect it.
But Leslie, I think that's her kink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think because the fact that that's not a deal breaker for you after what you went through with Ted tells me that that's just who you are. I mean, hell, you slept with your stepmama's man, so we know that Leslie don't have no cut cards.
She don't. So this is the episode where Haley brought Randy to meet with Lynette. So Haley feels that Lynette has something up her sleeve. So she just wanted to bring Randy in to get his 2 cents. I was like, girl, that's the worst person to ask for their 2 cents. Your cousin ain't that smart.
He not.
Your cousin is a hired hitman. Your
And he
cousin can
didn't
even
even
get
do
a
that right.
your cousin can even get that job done. And that's if we're gonna be honest, that's an easy job. If you are a good hitman, that is an easy job to do.
Especially in that situation, it was signed, sealed, delivered in your lap. Like literally, like it was take him to the airport, wink, wink. Like, sir, how did you screw that up?
Like so. But you ask your cousin for his advice because again, she thinks that she is running the con. Do now, like I said earlier, do I think Lynette is running the con? The more I think about it, I'm like, I do think she is running the con. But do I think she's innocent with this? What she's saying, she could be. But I do think she's. I still do think that she's running the con. I don't think it was a
So
coincidence that she found Bill.
So let me. I was going to say, do you think it was a coincidence that she found? That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think she knew she already found Haley?
I think so.
I kind of think so too.
I don't think it's a coincidence that she found Haley, but I do slightly believe her in the sense that she probably didn't do this, but it is probably something. It is something that came up, and she probably dug into Bill because I mean it's not a coincidence that she went to Bill of all people because she didn't seem too surprised when she saw Haley. Haley was surprised to see her, but she didn't seem surprised to see Haley. Is the thing. So
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was a coincidence that she ended up at at Bill's place. I don't think that's a coincidence.
yeah, me either. I just don't think it is.
I think maybe she saw Haley's picture in the paper and already knew where Haley was.
Mm-hmm. Especially
I
since
don't
Bill,
think she expected to see Haley in the office though, but
right?
I definitely think that she knew who Haley was.
right, especially with Bill and Haley, with Bill being a high profile attorney in this area. Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence. So another scene that I absolutely 100% without a doubt hate. Bill and Danny. So Bill and Danny were at the country club. So Bill is telling Danny what he got the girls for Christmas. I was like, okay, cool. This is cute. But then it kept going. I was like, oh God, can this scene end? And here's the reason why I say, can this scene end? Because you guys know how I feel when it comes to Bill and Danny. I don't like it. I don't want it. Return it to sender. I don't want, because I still see it. As much
I
as Danny,
agree.
as much as Danny says that she loves Andre, and I do believe Danny that she loves Andre, I can see her slipping right back with Bill, and I don't want that because I like her with Andre. I think that Andre is good for her because think about it, since they've been together, Danny ain't been as
She
volatile.
not drinking like she used to.
Now she is still shady because I cracked up when that girl said, where's your bride at?" She said, "I'll alert the staff that to get a high chair and crayons for her." I said, "Danny." He said, "Your tongue is still as sharp as ever." I said, "You know it." But
Okay.
I just I don't want them to even sleep together. That's how bad it is when it comes to me with Bill and Danny. I don't even want them to sleep together. I don't want them to kiss. I don't want them to do nothing. I want him to
Yeah, I don't want. I don't. You know. And I love that Vernon did warn Andre. Like, look, like I understand where you coming from, but don't underestimate Bill. Like, don't do it.
there was there's a scene that I did leave out from Wednesday that I completely forgot about. Maybe I blocked it out. I know why I forgot about it because I blocked it out for a particular reason. But Andre went over to Vernon and Anita's house, right? Because Vernon has his surprise present for Anita. And so him and Andre were working on that. And Andre happened to look at the family photo. And I was like, oh God, please. I was like, I know, again, I know why I blocked that scene out because it was kind of triggering for me. But he was thinking about his parents with, the holidays coming up, and he just got in his feelings. And I was like, I absolutely understand that. If you have your parents, this is something I will say to everybody. If your parents are still alive, love on them, cherish every day that you have with them. Because once they're gone, it is a pain that can't ever be healed or replaced. It's just a pain that can never be healed.
Mm,
So I knew exactly what he was feeling because I was like, I feel that, especially when holidays come up with my mom. I'm like, I feel that void every year. So I love that Anita embraced him and just told
yeah.
him, especially when she said he called her Miss Anita. She's like, no, it's Anita and Vernon. And I was like, sometimes people just want to hear that and feel a part of
Yeah.
it equally. So I was like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. Everybody give JB some hugs. Yeah.
So yeah, so I know why I blocked that out. But all in all, it was a cute scene. And even when he broke down crying, I was like, oh, good job. I will say
Yeah.
definitely a good job with that scene. So then we'll move on to Friday. So Anita called Sharon and Tracy over. Tracy's wig, not Tracy, but Sharon's wig is looking slightly better.
It is. Look, I was gonna say that it is looking better. It is looking better.
Slightly
Yeah, I
better.
wore that lady out about her wig. Now we just got to get Peach's wig fixed.
It's slightly looking better. So Anita is letting them know that she had the biopsy done, right? And Tracy let her know, like, yeah, I had one done a few years ago. And Sharon was right there by my side. She was like, really? She was like, yeah. And so she felt bad, and they were like, no, don't feel bad. She's like, they're like, we're here.
I love, like she said, we've turned that page. I
Yeah.
love that. I love when she said we've turned. Listen, we didn't already turn that page. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And they told her, we'll be here for you. If it's come back negative, we're here for you. If it comes back,
Listen,
if you have cancer, we're here for you.
exactly. And let me tell you something. I know I'm not gonna call your name unless you want to call your name in the chat. Somebody in the chat said that this storyline hits really close to home for them. Like they're glad for the storyline because it's educational, but it hits really close to home. So it's kind of hard for them to enjoy it. Let me tell you something. As a woman, and I'm sure for a man, those, when you have your prostate examination, but as a woman, that is a hard phone call. I've actually had that phone call with my mammogram where they're like, "Look, we need you to come back in. Something didn't look right." That is it is a scary moment. And I mean, thank God for me, it was just some scar tissue that they just weren't sure about. But that is a long 24, 48, 72 hours, however long you have to wait to go back in, and then you got to wait for the results. It is scary. So I get it. And I love the fact that Anita, and I think this is real too, Anita didn't want to bother her family. She probably didn't want to tell any of her social friends. She was like, but these are my sisters. Like, these are my friends. Like, we go back to the grave. Right. Every year scary. Absolutely. So yeah. So I love that they showed us her reaching out to her family. I thought that was real.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, what I will say, I know that going through this cancer journey with her is going to trigger me a little bit because my cousin that I'm like really, really close to, she had breast cancer. It was, oh God, I was at home with my mom. So it was like 2015, 2016. And I remember the day that my mom called. She called my mom, told my mom, and my mom sat me down and had the conversation with me. And she told me that she had breast cancer. And I just, I lost it because I was like, I can't lose her. I'm like, I don't like when I say we're close like this, like she has been there for me since I was a baby. So we're like brother and sister. And I remember her going through the journey, going through breast cancer. And I remember when she lost her hair, it was just hard looking at my cousin because I'm like, I was used to one way, and then having to see her go through it. Prayers up to anybody who is has gotten their phone call. Prayers to anybody who's gone through it, and shout out to all the breast cancer survivors for sure.
El Michelle, sorry to hear about your friend. I see some
Yeah, I'm so
purple.
sorry.
I mean, I see pink. I see pink ribbons in the chat. So definitely, we get it, and that's why it may be a hard storyline, especially for people who've gone through that process. But as a woman, I 100% love. I love the storyline. I love how, and I know we'll get there, but I even love how when Anita was talking to her doctor was talking about how it affects Black women even more so. And again, because it just always brings me back around to this is a Black show that is intentionally Black. Like they're not a Black show that's pretending not to be a Black show. They are intentionally a Black show. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I loved it. And again, El Michelle, so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
So she did go and see I think it was, yeah, she went to go see the doctor and she told her it was triple negative breast cancer. And I was like, I've heard of triple negative, but I didn't know what it was until she explained it and how aggressive it is. I was like, wow.
Yeah. I didn't understand what it was either until, yeah.
So I'm glad that they're, like I said, it's triggering, but I'm glad that they're doing this because you realize that Beyond the Gates is a show for us and it's highlighting things that happen in our community. So I love it. So we see, which I already talked about Andre and Vernon about the whole Christmas gift. So Vernon did have a conversation with Andre about Bill and basically keeping his eye on Bill because it's like Vernon literally said what I've been saying. When it comes to Bill, the thing with Bill is Bill wants what he can't have.
Exactly.
And what I'm getting sick of with Bill is now Bill is saying, "Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that." It's like you can reflect on things now that you're divorced from Danny, and you can apologize for it. And you want to say that we made mistakes. It's like, no, you didn't make no, she didn't make mistakes. You made mistakes. Like you literally cheated. She said that you cheated on her throughout the marriage with other women.
Right.
But Haley was the one that you just decided, hey, let me blow up my marriage and marry the girl.
let me be clear. I disagree with what you're saying. I don't think he can reflect now that he's divorced. I think he can reflect now that he sees Danny happy with somebody else. Because
Okay.
let's be clear, when Danny was out here spiraling and getting drunk every night, he didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give a damn. It wasn't until Danny and Andre started looking serious, then all of a sudden, now he gives a fuck. Now he can reflect. Now he can look back on it. Miss me with that sentimental bull hockey.
And that's where I'm at with Bill. It's like you're doing all this now post divorce because you're right. Go back to when the show first started, when Danny was trying to have conversations with him, he wasn't trying to hear it. He wasn't
Yep.
trying to hear nothing she was saying. It was all about.
He didn't have no problem throwing Haley in her face every chance he got.
It was all about Haley. But
Yeah. Huh?
now that she moves on, it's like, oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. No, you're not. You just
You
want
are
something
not.
you literally want something that you cannot have.
Mm-hmm.
And you're upset that she went younger and her younger person is treating her so much better than you ever treated her. Because you want to throw shots at Andre, but you can't throw a shot at Andre. Now she can throw a shot at Haley because it's different. Haley, weaseled her way into Naomi's life and then weaseled her way into your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that's why,
did you see where Bill even threw the dig at Haley when he was like, when she was like, "I'm still a pariah in this city." He was like, "Well, you should have thought about that before you was."
yes.
And that's why I said I feel like Bill again. Maybe I get it. He drank the whiskey, but he ain't drink the tea. I really feel like Bill again. I'm not saying he heard that whole conversation, but I
Mhm.
do feel like Bill is starting to question Haley a little bit. I just don't think he knows. And I also think that's where some of this regret might be coming in with Danny too. Like, damn, I fucked this up for it. Because again, yes, he had other women, but he didn't leave Danny for them other women.
Yeah.
Like I really screwed this up, and now this woman gonna turn out to be everything that they told me she was.
hmm Now, speaking of Danny, so Danny and Nicole met up at the country club, and this is where Nicole revealed that she and Carlton are dating. I said, "Oh God,
Ugh,
don't."
boo.
And Danny was happy about it. I was like, "Really, Danny? But okay, you're upset with Haley for. Granted, Nicole and Ted were divorced before they started dating, but it's still icky in my personal opinion." And she's like, "Well, why don't you invite him to the into the party?" I was like, "Huh?" I would have preferred her to invite Kyle.
And where is Kyle? Is he gone? Was he only there for the Winterfest?
I hope not. I
I
really hope.
know, right?
Don't waste him. Like I would prefer her with Kyle over Carlton, even though Kyle knows um Ted is not like their friends or business partners. More specifically, business partners.
Business partner, yes.
Meaning you probably done been like we probably done had functions for the business. My wife was there. Obviously, you ain't got no wife right about now, so somebody was there with you. Like, what are we doing? Like, writers, if you're listening to me,
Abort
listen.
mission.
That was yeah. Abort mission, reroute, do something.
We
'Cause
ain't
this
feeling
ain't it.
this. Sorry,
This,
not
this
sorry. We ain't feeling it.
this one ain't it. Even though I knew that it was going to happen, this one it. No. So then let's move on to delusional Leslie. So she had a conversation. So she's at the hospital, right? And she's telling Ted that he's not the only person in the family that's having an affair. He's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, Vernon is having an affair and with Sharon." I said, "Oh God." And I was like, "Ted, if you actually believe this and run this back to Nicole without
I
having,"
hate that all of them actually believed it.
I do too. Even I knew that wasn't happening.
I mean,
I know that there
they
was
didn't even give their father. It was like, and I get it that both of them have gone through recent betrayals by their husbands, but it's like they didn't even give their father. Now they resisted it a little bit,
mm-hmm.
but with Danny, I don't think Danny was ever really on board because
No.
Danny was like, But the fact that Nicole, girl, you need therapy. The therapist needs therapy.
Like I was like, how did y'all? But I will say there are people who actually did believe he was having an affair. There were
Really?
there were people who really thought he was having an affair with Sharon.
Uh,
I was it was in some of the groups that I see. They were like there were people who really believed. He was
Wow.
having an affair. I was like, how did y'all like an affair with Sharon? Nothing against Sharon, but I'm like, why would y'all come up with that?
Yeah, I always thought it was singing lessons. Now, my mom, she didn't know it was singing lessons, but she didn't believe the affair. She was like, I didn't know what they were working on. She was
Mhm.
like, really? Singing lessons? She said, how did you figure that out? I was like, because
He's a
I
singer.
mean, I just always felt like they made a big deal about him not being able to sing, and he can sing. I don't
But
know.
Sharon is also a vocal coach.
Now she got her doctorate from ICDC. Right, she's a vocal coach. Yeah.
So that's I always knew it was singing lessons. I thought me and you were on the same wavelength that he was going to perform at Winterfest.
Right.
But when Winterfest came and went, I was like, girl, okay, what are we doing?
Well, they showed the scene with him and with him and her saying he was like, I can't do it. I
Right. He
can't do it
wasn't ready
today.
at
If
that
I mess
point.
up, I don't want to do it here. So we saw why they did, but it was supposed to happen at Winterfest.
Yeah. He just changed his mind because he still had doubts.
Right.
Yeah, there
He
were
was
people who
nervous,
really
right?
but there were people that actually thought that there was an actual
Wow, I didn't realize. I mean, I'm not in every chat or whatever, but
yeah.
oh, okay. I'm
There were
surprised.
people who thought it was an actual affair. I'm like, why would y'all think it's an affair? They ain't presented him. They have not presented that side of him
They have given us no reason, like nothing.
mm-mm, at all. Like not a damn thing. I guess some people felt like it was an affair because he was being so secretive and he was sneaking out and doing certain things. And then when we finally see him going to the hotel to meet up with Sharon, people were like, oh. And also, I know why some people believed it because if you go back to what episode remember when Anita called them and they first came to the house? If you go back to that episode when Sharon said she put her foot in her mouth, she was looking at a picture of Vernon and Anita, and people like, oh, see, it must be an affair because look at how Sharon is looking at that picture. I'm like, no. I'm like, that doesn't mean that Vernon is having an affair with Sharon just because of the way she's looking at the picture. And I was like, y'all do know that sometimes they do plant things just to throw you
Make
off.
it right. Make it yeah. Now, I like right. Somebody said they need to dirty him up a little bit, but not that. And I feel like they did dirty him up a little bit when with the whole Martin thing. Like we saw that, that he's willing to get a little dirty. I mean, he wasn't willing to kill nobody, but he was willing to pay people off and lie to the
Mhm.
police. Like we see that he got a little dirt with him, a little
Yeah.
bit, a
A little.
little bit. But I
So
mean, he ain't gonna be no Asa Buchanan or nothing.
no, he not. So then we move on to this week on Monday. So this is the episode where she found out about the triple negative breast cancer, and she told Vernon. And I do wonder, what it's like to tell your spouse like that you have any kind of cancer, and let alone breast cancer, right? Because he was upset. He was like, "So you told Sharon and Tracy before you told me?" And so, but he was like, I am hurt, but I'm here for you, and no matter what. And I was like, I'm cool with that because I was like, how would I? I was trying to put myself in that position. How would I feel if my partner came to me and told me that they had breast cancer and they kept it from me for a little bit? I feel like I
That
would
was some
be,
great acting.
it was. I probably would be a little bit hurt, but then I
Yeah,
would be like, yeah, I get why you didn't tell me. You don't want to stress, you don't want to worry me
yeah.
and put any stress on
Yeah,
me.
and I think that was a reasonable conversation on both ends. Like, I'm hurt that you didn't tell me. I understand why you didn't tell me, and now we're gonna get through it. Like, I ain't
Mhm.
dwelling on that now. Like when that scene where he was crying and then she can't,
Yeah.
baby, listen, and
No,
then she started crying, baby.
what I did think was kind of funny was when he got to the house, he asked Sharon, like, what are y'all doing here? And why is Tracy here? Because Tracy asked her, like, who are you on the phone with? She said, oh, girl, it's just a telemarketer. She said, girl, you ain't having no conversation with no damn telemarketer. And then
Right.
she asked her what's going on between you and Vernon, and she didn't answer her. And so they were like, so she was like, where's Anita? She was like, oh, I think it was Tracy who said she went to go get her eye exam. He was like, she already did her eye exam and she got the results back. And Tracy was like, not Tracy, but Sharon was like, she had a hearing exam done. And so she went to get the results for the hearing exam. And Vernon was looking at them like, y'all know y'all ain't good at lying, right?
Right. He was like, yeah, whatever y'all got working up, okay, that's fine. He thought it was just like a Christmas surprise or
He
something for him.
did. He did. So then we moved back over to Leslie. So I really thought Ted wasn't buying what she was selling him about this whole affair. She was like, but then she started painting a picture like, this happened, that happened, da 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 da. I was like, all this stuff that you're saying, it doesn't really mean that he's having an affair. Okay, he said, I can't tell him, we don't want people to see us and get the wrong impression. That's the wrong impression, girl. If people saw
Which
him,
is what you got, the wrong impression.
exactly the wrong impression. So if he's meeting her at his hotel and he says, I don't want people to get the wrong impression about us, then obviously he's not having a goddamn affair in a fucking hallway of all places.
Child.
So I was like, okay, so Ted is not buying this. But then I realized he was buying. I'm like, but it's Leslie of all people.
Ted is so desperate to get back in good because remember what was the last thing that happened? And he went running to Nicole about it, and Nicole was like, "I already know." Well, it was something else, and he was like, "Okay, no more secrets." And he ran to Nicole, and he looked stupid. What was it?
The last thing I remember was the Danny and because he knew about Danny and
But it was something that he went running to Nicole about, and Nicole was like, I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, he's just so desperate to get back in with the family.
Oh, somebody just put it in the comments. It was the house.
Yeah, the house. Right, the house. Yeah. And he's so desperate, child.
Now, last week, I told ReallyB before we came on here, last week was kind of fluff and filler, so it ain't a whole lot to talk about with last week because I don't have any notes for Wednesday. But for the rest of this episode, it was really tree trimming stuff that was happening. You had tree trimming over at Martin and Smitty's house. You had tree trimming over at Danny's house, right?
Right. It was nice to see June and her sister reunited with the kids. Like, that was nice.
It was cute. And the kids, how happy they were to see their Aunt Regina.
And they remembered her.
Yeah, they Aunt Gigi.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm gonna ask you a question because I saw this on one of the one of the forums that I'm on. So when Kat came in, Eva's face was, I was like, girl, that's her brother. Like, they've been brother and sister, but long before you came into the picture. So I know you didn't expect for Kat to come over there, but girl, that's still her brother at the end of the day, just like he's your brother. But some people were saying that when Kat was introduced to June, that people felt like Kat gave June a side eye and was kind of
rude. Did. She was thanked to June. She was.
Okay. I was gonna ask you that because I was looking at it and I was kind of trying to.
Because of course we know Kat can't let stuff go. So in Kat's mind, this is the woman that gave them away. This is the woman that was neglectful. This is the woman that couldn't hold on to her kids. Oh, she absolutely gave a little attitude. It wasn't on a Kat scale of 1 to 10. It was like a 6. It definitely wasn't on Eva level, but she did. She was shady. She was a little shady.
Not on a Kat scale of 1 to 10.
Listen.
Not you got a scale for Kat.
Because Kat,
I know you can't stand Kat.
I be trying to. I really be trying to work with Kat.
I know
she works my nerves.
Because I was looking at that because there were a lot of people that were saying Kat was rude to June, and I was like, I don't
think she was rude, but she definitely was borderline indifferent. Like, oh, okay, yeah, she definitely gave. Okay.
Now, Harold, I know you don't. I know how you feel about Kat, so y'all you can say I give her a whole lot, which y'all know I don't. Y'all know.
Oh no, well, give who a whole lot?
Kat. Y'all know I don't give Kat. Y'all know
I'm gonna say you like Kat.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, child. Y'all give Olga Pataki a whole lot. I don't give Kat that much. If she's wrong, y'all know I have no problem with saying when Kat is wrong. With this,
you be slow. You be slow to say she wrong.
Oh, I don't.
You slow.
No.
You slow to it.
I will say when Kat is wrong. I have called Kat out. Chat. Do I call Kat out? Put it in the chat. Do I call Kat out when she's wrong? And be honest. If y'all feel like I don't call her out, say it.
You slow to it.
But I feel like I call Kat out.
I be walking at a brisk pace, and you be taking a Sunday stroll.
Now I ain't gonna sit here and say that
Not Kat is wrong for the right reasons. I like that, ReallyB.
I was just about to say that only time when it's really slow for me to say Kat is wrong is Eva. It be Eva sometimes because it's like I be wanting to say, yeah, girl, you're wrong for what you said about Eva, but then, girl, I get why you say what you say about Eva sometimes. So, I mean, when it comes to Eva, yes, I ain't gonna even hold you. Yes, that do be a slow walk. There'd be times where it'd be a slow walk to say, Cat, you wrong. But more times than not, I call Cat out. But with this one, I just didn't. Now, this one I can't call it out because I didn't see it because Cat is snarky, and she has them facial
You
expressions.
know what? V. Spencer, I'm with you. V. Spencer, absolutely. V. Spencer said, I side with Kat's reasoning. Her delivery, not so much. That's it. That's it. Because I don't think Kat is wrong for how she feels, but
Mhm.
her delivery be like, but
It be
I don't I understand how she feels, and she's not wrong for how she feels.
like
She has to deal with it her own way. Because again, if my daddy popped up with a whole child, like I listen, and I thought my parents had the perfect marriage and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she has to be friends with Eva at all.
Right. So I mean, yeah, I'll give you that. I do slow walk it, but I still will call her out. It might take some time, just a little bit, but this one I just didn't. This one I can't call it out because I didn't see it. Because again, we know how Cat is. Now I did see her give. Now what I can say is I did see her give June a funny look, but I didn't see her being like, people said she was kind of doing. It was kind of like what she does with Eva, but not as hard. Where she kind of looks down her nose at June, and I was like, that I can kind of see. But again, I think she does it because Cat loves her family. That's one thing we can say about Cat. She loves her family, and she loves those kids. And so for her to finally meet the woman that gave them kids up, I'd probably feel away too.
Yep. And I
So
love how Kat didn't pay her dust, because who gave her that? Was it Martin that gave her that advice? Who was the one that's like, stop giving her your power? Like, was it Martin that told her that?
who said that?
But I love that she did that. I love that she went in, she didn't make a scene, she didn't turn it into a thing. She enjoyed her family and went the hell on.
Right.
I loved it.
Now moving over to Danny's. Oh God, Naomi, girl, you just really at this point getting on my last fucking nerves. So she went snooping and found her Christmas gift. Speaking of Christmas gifts, Chelsea was snooping trying to find her Christmas gift and thought she found her mama and Andre naked, but they weren't naked. They played her.
That
I
was
thought that
funny.
was cute. I thought that was funny. But Naomi snooped and found her Christmas gift, and it was a hat that was a monkey. And she's like, it's ugly. And I was
That
like, girl,
squirted water.
it's weird. I was like, girl, I have to agree with you. It is ugly. So she was pissed at Jacob. And I was like, girl, if you're snooping to find your gift, well, she wasn't really snooping. She was looking for something and she just stumbled upon it. I was like, I wouldn't, and Jacob was better than me because I wouldn't have told him until Christmas Day. Yeah, that wasn't really your whole Christmas gift. Your Christmas gift was actually a trip to Mexico. I was,
So let me say this. And again, this goes back to, do they even know each other? Why would you think that's your Christmas gift? What has he given you in the history of dating between birthday, Christmas, anniversary, just because? Is that his norm? Why would you think that's your damn gift? Like, does he normally get it wrong?
and it don't seem like you do.
That's like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. My dad is not, his heart is in the right place, but he is not creative, very creative when it comes to getting my mom gifts.
Mhm.
My dad has probably given my mom, and I'm not exaggerating, he's probably given her 7 different crosses. When he gives her jewelry, he has probably given her 7 different crosses. And they're nice pieces, don't get me wrong. They're nice, they're expensive, but how many crosses you think that woman need, Daddy? So this year for Christmas, when she opened up her Christmas gift, I couldn't see what it was, but I saw that it was jewelry. And I was like, is it a cross? And we all started laughing because we know that's what my dad does.
Mhm.
Again, are they nice pieces of jewelry? Yes. They've been silver, they've been gold with diamonds, they are nice.
Mhm.
But it's the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Is it, if it were a situation like that, and be like, damn, he always getting me some stupid shit. That's cool.
Mhm.
But what has he done to make you think that he gets it wrong, that wrong? I mean, on that extreme. A fucking monkey hat that squirts water?
Like, oh shit! I laughed when I saw that fucking monkey. I
I
was like,
was like, Anyway, so I'm glad she got her face cracked because you should have. You deserve to get your face cracked because that was stupid.
It was. So we move on to Tuesday. So, like I said, y'all, last week, just Christmas, so not a lot happened. So Ted went to Nicole to tell Nicole that Vernon is cheating on Anita with
Just
Sharon.
stupid.
She was pissed at him. And she like he was like, I got this from a did he literally say he got it from a credible source, or
He did, yeah, because he definitely didn't say Leslie's name.
he said a credible source? I said Leslie is a credible. Since when has Leslie,
Been a credible anything.
Sherry, Dana, Leslie, Anna, Lulu, when have they been a credible source, Ted? Granted, you did spell it out for her, but it still makes no sense. So Nicole started to believe it. I said, girl, not you really believe in it. And she took it to Danny. I was
That's when Nicole pissed me off. Nicole, girl, bye.
and then she was telling Danny, I was like, and Danny was like, when Danny started laughing, I said, exactly. Danny.
Exactly. Danny was like, girl, bye.
Danny cracked up laughing. She was like, Daddy? I was like, exactly. Girl, you know your dad isn't. And with Sharon of all people, like, here's my here we go again with Sharon of it all. Y'all, why would if Vernon was gonna have an affair, why would he have an affair with someone that just literally came back into Anita's life, and
Exactly.
it was rocky for them to even get to this point in their friendship where they're not attacking each other? Because y'all remember when we first met Sharon, Sharon was a bitch to Anita. Granted, she had every reason to be a bitch to Anita, but she was a bitch to Anita, and it took them months to get to this back to their sister spot. So why do y'all think he would do that? Ted, Nicole, and people who believed it. Like I just don't understand that. That would literally set Anita and Sharon all the way back. They would never come back from that. I think the Chicago and Anita will come out and whoop Sharon's ass
Okay.
and Vernon's ass. But yeah, he said a credible source. And then when he said Leslie, she started laughing. She's like when she pretended to be Sherry on the roof. I was like, exactly, Nicole. But now why are you believing it? And you took it to your sister, and then when you get to the house, we gotta tell mother.
That's what pissed me off even more because let's just say this. Even if you did believe it, even if you did think it was true, telling her on Christmas in front of the whole fucking family and guests, because remember, and I understand saying, well, Sherry is here. We need to, I mean, or whoever, we need to, then, but it's not like y'all can't find her. It's not like Anita don't know where to find her ass when she need her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, come on now, Nicole. That's why I said the therapists need therapy because that's her hurt. That's and again, why would you want to do to your mother what was done to you?
Exactly. That was my whole thing. Child, so we don't already pretty much talked about this, but Donnell made an appearance in Tuesday's episode. I said, oh, fuck my life. Why? And
Why are
no,
you here, sir? We don't care nothing about you.
and no, Deanna. I said that. But when he said that, I got to tell you why Deanna's not here. I was like, they are at this point, they're really trolling us.
And I was like, okay, are we? Because then I said, well, maybe we're getting ready to get a storyline here.
Mm-hmm.
No storyline.
I don't know what they're doing with Deanna. I really don't.
And like Vanessa said, the person who plays Vanessa, the character, she was like, y'all know she don't care about them kids.
Yeah, fuck them
and
kids.
She don't give a fuck about them kids.
She don't care about, and it's so weird. She don't care about her kids, but you're in public on a date with Joey, but you want to say he's your business partner. No, ma'am. I don't know too many business partners that spend. Yes, when you have a business with somebody, yeah, you work closely with them, but once the day is done, y'all go home, right? When you go home and do what you want, like have dinner with your family, unless y'all are business partners that are in a relationship with each other, which is
y'all doing too much.
But it really is too much because he was like, you're replacing my dad, and they're like, what do you mean? The whole Santa Claus, you're gonna be Santa Claus. I said, oh God, can this again? wherever we're going with Vanessa and Joey, please
Can we park the car, please?
can we bring it to the light at this point?
Yeah, at this point, can we park the car? Because
Yeah,
we done with this ride.
turn
Can
the
we
light,
park the car?
park the car, turn the lights off, turn the car off, give me the keys, and say, "Hey, here you go. This is what we're doing." Because I'm just kind of like it's really confusing at this point, the whole Vanessa and Joey of it all. Because I know you thought that maybe she was working another angle. I just don't see that. I don't see that at this point. I think Vanessa is low key falling in love with Joey. But I also do believe that the woman knows he was behind, like, it's obvious he was behind your husband's death.
This what I'm gonna say. Even I can believe that she's really falling for Joey, but here's where they lose me. Even if she's not secretly, like, even the whole Doug of it all, where they lose me is you understand that you are literally breaking the law, and you understand how dangerous this whole thing is, and the fact that he keeps trying to remind you, and you keep saying, "I don't care, I don't care." That's where I'm like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all are pissing me off.
I just want this storyline to wrap up,
Right. Like, this is a storyline we can leave in 2025.
please. And we can leave Derek and Ashley in 2025.
Well, I think we're done with Derek and Ashley. I think we're going to see Derek get involved with the firefighter lady. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Ashley, but I think we're done. I think we're done.
Ashley and her mama both can go.
Try her mama on a Love Boat cruise.
So then we move on to Haley. So Bill was talking to Haley, and this is where she was putting that concoction in his whiskey. So she's upset because he doesn't want to go to St. Bart's anymore. I was like, girl. Did
And
you
the fact that, and again, the reason why I said maybe Bill is on to her, because it seemed like he made a 360 and he didn't even explain why.
He really didn't.
He didn't give a reason. He just was like, yeah, I think we need to put it off on it. Like, he didn't say I had a big case. He didn't even try to make up a lie.
Like, he didn't. And I was sitting there like, so you're not going to explain to her?
Oh, it's okay. That's going to be Ashley's love interest, Melrose. I did see where a new guy is coming on the show.
Yeah, I did see that.
I just didn't know who he, where he was going to fit in. But okay, I'm fine with that.
I thought he was supposed to make his first appearance this past week, but
well, it says season 2.
Oh God!
When I saw the promo, it said for season 2. So I guess next week, this week coming up, I guess.
More of Ashley.
Well, again, it'll be a different story. At least it won't be Derek.
It won't be, and it won't be Andre.
He said the sale of the house fell through, but I think he called it off. I don't think the sale of the house fell through at all. I think he's starting to suspect Haley, and I think he canceled the sale.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It was little stuff like that made me think that he's, yeah. I don't think the sale, because he didn't even say anything about it. He didn't say, oh, they playing hardball. He didn't say nothing. All of a sudden it was just, maybe we need to put off St. Bart's. And when she asked about the house, that's when he said the house fell through.
Yeah. I don't think it fell through.
I think she's going to find out too, El Michelle. I think she's going to find some paperwork or something, or email or something. I agree.
Yeah, I absolutely believe he called it off and not that it fell through.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be what y'all are saying, and especially that he might be catching on to her. I don't see it, but I mean, hey.
I think he's catching on to her, and I think that's another reason why he's getting so nostalgic. Because again, it's like, damn, I let that go and again, everybody is telling me. So it does start this week. Thanks, Corey.
We'll see. Now, like I told y'all, I didn't take no notes for Wednesday, so I'm literally looking at Paramount Plus and looking at the description of the episode. So it says here, Danny and Andre celebrate their first Christmas together. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot there.
This is gonna be. Now, what I did catch was the fact that Leslie was so ecstatic about spending Christmas with Eve. I'm like, girl, haven't you spent Christmas with her for what, 20-something years at this point?
Exactly. Like, y'all have spent every Christmas together. Like, girl, go sit down.
Like, girls, whatever. But then what really blew me was when the crazy bitch went to Ted's hotel room with that fucking mistletoe. I was like, girl, what the fuck?
She's so crazy. She's crazy as a fucking bedbug. She's crazy as hell.
And then she saw Shanice when she came up. Now, Shanice said she made lemon cheesecake. I was like, what is that?
I don't know. You better ask for one.
I ain't never heard of lemon cheesecake, but I'm
I don't
not a
eat cheesecake, so I
but I'm
don't know
not a big
about it.
cheesecake. I'm not a big cheesecake person per se.
Yeah, I'm not a big cheesecake person either.
I
So
will eat it, but it's not like it's not something that I go to 100%. Like um, if I do eat cheesecake, it's chocolate cheesecake because
if I
that's
eat cheesecake, I like the banana cream cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. Like I'll go to the cheese like if I'm in an area where there's a cheesecake factory, I'll go pick up a piece of that. I
yeah,
won't necessarily eat from the Cheesecake Factory, but I'll go get me a slice of cheesecake. But I'm
mm,
not a cheesecake
me
person.
either.
Like I'm not a big cheesecake person.
Cheesecake with lemon flavoring. Okay, but again, I'm not a cheesecake person, so I just thought cheesecake was cheesecake. Like I'm used to the Golden Girls where they just got a cheesecake and ate it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that there were different flavors.
Oh yeah, you've never been to the Cheesecake Factory?
I've been to the Cheesecake Factory, but I
They
like
have like 5 pages.
when I go to the Cheesecake Factory, I just eat the food. I never get a cheesecake.
You've never got. Then why the fuck are you at the Cheesecake Factory?
I've only been there like once or twice. I don't eat cheesecake like that.
Oh, me either. But I'm.
I'm not
But
a
yeah,
cheesecake person. Like I will eat the food, but
brown butter pecan cheesecake. Oh my.
like I say, I'm a
Oh my. I don't even like the. I don't like the. I will pick out the pecans, but the brown. But yes,
like
yes.
if I do eat cheesecake, it's literally like I think I have ate a cheesecake from there, but I knew what I wanted, and it was just chocolate cheesecake. Like I didn't know that there were other flavors.
Yes, honey. There are other flavors,
I
honey.
did not know that. Learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
And when Shanice said, not y'all saying how I go to cheesecake and how I get I ain't
Because that's the only reason why.
I
Like,
ain't even know cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. No,
yeah. Because I don't even do the Cheesecake Factory
I'm
like
a,
that.
here's the thing about me to know about me. If you go out to eat with me, I don't typically eat desserts. I eat the food.
Oh, that's part of my problem. My
I'm a
sweet tooth is
I'm
part
a
of my damn problem.
I'm a food person. Like food,
Oh, I got
literally
you.
food. I go for food. I don't go I do eat sweets, but here late, like for the last few years, I don't eat sweets like that. Like I have to be craving it to even want it.
Oh, well, that's part of my problem. I be craving that shit.
I have to crave any like cookies, cake, anything like that. I have to crave it, and if I don't crave it, I'm just not gonna eat it.
I understand.
So, but yeah, I've had cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, just not to the point to know they got other
I
flavors.
got you. I got you. I got you. We gonna take JB to the Cheesecake Factory.
Hey, I'm down for it. I am down for it. I am down for it. So what else we have? And
Isaiah and Eva.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Isaiah and Eva. It was cute. I was like, okay, I
It
guess
was
they
cute. And then of course the grand finale with
Vernon singing.
them where we finally get to see Vernon singing and the whole thing was revealed.
Yeah, and Nicole's face had egg on it.
Correct. And Danny was looking at her like,
Told you. I told you Daddy wasn't cheating on Mom. But that was it, you guys. So this week it'll be a short week as well, much like last week. So how you want to do Nick? Do you want to do the 3 episodes that they do this week next weekend, or do you want to just wait for and do a full week?
I don't, we can do that. We can double up because, like you said, it's only gonna be like 3 episodes, and I don't think it's gonna be a lot going on.
Mhm.
I mean, if something major happens that we want to come down here and talk about, but other than that, I don't think anything. We'll play it by ear because I don't think anything groundbreaking is gonna happen in 3 episodes. Yeah, he wrote "Never Can Say Goodbye." Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if something big happens, I guess we can come on here because it don't. It
Yeah,
really, it's gonna
but
be
I doubt it. In 3 episodes, we could probably just double up, do what we did, and just in 2 weeks go over there.
okay. So that's
Yeah.
all we got. And then this week coming up, it's gonna be somebody said 4 episodes. Even still, it's still a holiday, so it's not gonna. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a lot. They're gonna be talking about New Year's and bringing in the
Yeah.
New Year stuff. Like I said, if something
Oh,
major happens, we'll come and talk about it. But
the only thing that I see that major's gonna come up is I saw the preview of next week, and Shanice and Ted kiss each other at New Year's.
oh well, we did see Shanice and Ted spend Christmas together.
Yeah. So, but I don't think that's gonna be big enough for us to come down here and talk about them kissing. But yeah. So this week is gonna be a short. I know for Beyond the Gates it's gonna be a short week, and then in general it's gonna be a short week because Potomac is off tonight, Married to Medicine is off. So I don't think so. What you I don't think we got much coming up this week. But
Well,
what you
I still owe my people Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I still owe my people the episode of Beverly Hills from 2 weeks ago. So what I might do is just if there's going to be an episode this Thursday, it probably won't because Thursday is New Year's.
I don't think it will be.
So I may do the episode at some point this week of Beverly Hills. You guys will get Love and Marriage Huntsville sometime in the next 24, 48 hours. But other than that, yeah, it's not a whole lot going on, you guys. I may do some uploads. I don't want to promise anything and it not happen. I have to talk to El Teddy and Ebby about Chasing Orlando. Yeah, yeah.
Look, right, to answer that question.
The scene, yeah, we're gonna do the scene. The whether you like it or not panel, the scene. I think we're doing it either Monday or Tuesday. We're gonna do both episodes, I think.
So the reason why Beyond the Gates is showing reruns, you guys have to remember when Beyond the Gates was sold to CBS, they only sold a certain amount of episodes to them. So they only filmed so many episodes. So that's why they filmed 200 episodes because that's what they ordered. So with them doing the 200 episodes, they had to put reruns in there so that way.
But a lot of soap operas do that when it's holidays, y'all.
Yeah, and soap operas definitely do that when it's.
Now I know they threw us off a couple of months back when they did it. It just seemed random.
Yeah,
but for the most part, it's been around holidays. Yeah. You know.
But they only filmed 200 episodes, so that's why we've gotten so many reruns with Beyond the Gates because it's a brand new show. Whereas with Young and the Restless, that show has been on for years, so they,
And I think they were also trying to plan it around maybe starting a new season at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they wanted to pace it out so that season 2 would start January 1st.
Yeah, so
January 2nd.
That's why. So season 2, I feel like we won't have as many breaks. We will still have breaks, but not nearly as many because they've been renewed, and I'm pretty sure they gave them more episodes in season 2 than they did in season 1. Now for me, I am so behind. Gotta watch Ready to Love. I'm debating if I'm gonna talk about that stuff with the whole Darius thing. I did go back and watch your live, and I watched the one that you did the other day where somebody reached out to you about this. No matter what that person says, he still knows that fucking woman.
That's why I said I'm gonna hear what the lady has to say. Because matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm gonna call her.
Like he still knows that woman.
And again, I'll listen. Listen, I'll listen to what she's talking about. But at the end of the day, he lied about knowing her. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that she photoshopped them. Because again, if they had on the same thing in every picture, fine. But they literally have on different clothes in every picture.
Exactly. He knows her. Like
he knows that woman.
Like y'all can say
he knows that woman and he took money from that woman. Now again, whether she was a willing victim or not, she took money. He took money from that woman.
Like y'all can't sit here and say she didn't know him, or y'all can say she's a stalker. Okay, that she could be a stalker, but she still knows that man. They have pictures in front of the fucking White House. The White House. They are not in DC. They're not in DC. They are in Detroit, Michigan. But okay, he don't know her.
I just think that a lot of people are easy to dismiss it. One, because she's not aesthetically what y'all would think. Because she's a fat white woman. Let's just call it thing a thing. That's number one. She's a fat white woman. So y'all, and I also think we just understand that this is a misogynistic society. One thing I have learned in doing YouTube, one thing I have come to find out in doing YouTube is how misogynistic our world is, even with other women. Women are so hard on women. Y'all give men so many benefits of the doubt, but let it be a woman, y'all be ready to nail that woman to the cross. And I have seen that time and time again on doing YouTube. It's just crazy to me when we talk about different stories and the women that twist themselves in pretzels to defend a man. But let it be a woman. They'd be so quick to throw that woman away. I'd be like, damn.
That was what I was gonna say before my high kicked in on Christmas Eve. That's what I was gonna say before it kicked in. But I realized it kicked in, and I was like, you know what? Let me get my black ass off here before I say something that I mean to say, but I don't mean to say it on live. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, you know her. The reason why so many people, so many, and I saw a lot of women saying, "Oh, I don't believe her." It's like y'all don't believe her because she's to you visually unappealing as a big white woman. Like, y'all don't think she's attractive. So
Right.
if y'all don't think she's attractive, then y'all be like, oh, if she's not attractive, then there's no way he found her attractive. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously he found something attractive about her, money, access, to whatever it is. He found something attractive about that woman. He knew that woman. But for him to sit there and lie, like, dude, you can say, yeah, I know her, but what she's
You
saying,
could even say she's a scorned girlfriend. I think if he had just said we dated and she's just scorned because we're no longer together and she still wants to be with me, I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, okay,
exactly. I want to understand that a lot more than you sitting here saying, putting out a whole ass long ass post saying I don't know this woman because I saw it on Chloe's channel.
yeah,
That's where I found out about it from was from Chloe, and I was like, okay.
yeah." I saw it on Chloe's channel first too.
And I was like,
Um, yeah, I agree, V Spencer. She was a mark. She said they were fake. They knew each other in college and they were Facebook friends. And over the years, she's become very affluent. She likes flashy cars. She probably posts all that shit on Facebook.
he saw.
Post her car. She had a G-Wagon. She had a Rolls Royce. She has a nice house. She's got multiple properties. She probably posts all that shit on Facebook, and he saw her as a mark.
Mm-hmm. So we'll do Ready to Love. I may discuss this in my video. I don't know. Depending on what the episode did the episode give anything?
Yeah, it was a good episode because this is the Meet the Best Friends episode. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll do that.
I mean, I think it became clear. I think it became clear that none of these men are serious, but
I've been through that. So then we'll do Ready to Love. I did not know that Force came on this week until I saw Rox put her video up this morning. I was like, so it did come on. So I got to do Force.
I'm so far behind.
Thank God I'm caught up.
I'm glad. And you know what? I think me not reviewing it took the pressure off because
Yeah.
I just really wasn't enjoying the show. I'm going to finish it because obviously it's the final season.
Uh-huh.
But not reviewing it, I ain't even thought about that show. This week I'll probably watch them.
That's how it is with Beverly Hills. I still ain't watched not one episode of Beverly Hills. I kid you not. Not one. I see clips of Beverly Hills, but I've heard people, and I've watched your videos, but I've heard people say that I saw the ratings. The ratings are not good this season. Them ratings are low. The ratings are low. And like you told me, you said that they making bows. Oh God, how y'all making bows?
This last episode, Bose basically narrated the whole fucking episode.
Girl, no. Keep it. Y'all, I'm also still behind on
And
Salt Lake.
even with like the new girl, just the way she was talking to the new girl, I was like,
Yeah,
"Damn, you were only in your second season. Calm down."
I saw your video. You were talking about that. I was laughing because I know you. I mean, you talked about this where she was talking about the fact that the girl was calling her stepkids her kids. Well, ma'am, that's what we want people to do, right? Isn't that what we want people to do? Is claim the stepkids as their own,
And that's why I said
but not negate their.
sometimes you just can't win for losing with people.
But not negate their actual parents.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and then y'all, I'm not gonna double up on Salt Lake City, but what I do need to watch Salt Lake City and get caught up on it because the finale is coming up. I think.
Yeah, like in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, the finale is coming up very soon. So I'm gonna get caught up on Salt Lake City, and then when it does return, we'll pick up Salt Lake City at that point. I'm not gonna double up on the 2 episodes that I missed. Can't do it. Won't. I don't want to do it. I know people said that the last 2 episodes were pretty well. I've heard mixed opinions about the last 2, especially with them being on this trip. People feel like this trip ain't really given.
I think you could probably watch some people's reviews of the last 2 episodes to get the gist of it. I won't say that the trip isn't given. I'm over the narrative of it all. I'm over the whiny.
I'm about to say
over it
because I wasn't trying to watch a review, but I forgot who I clicked. I clicked on somebody's video, and they were talking about the fact that I was on Instagram and Mr. Housewives. He was giving his opinion about it because I guess did Meredith get upset about them when she was on the phone with her son?
Meredith, yeah. It was Mother's Day. And the other thing, somebody brought up online, Meredith act like she only got 1 kid. She got 3 whole kids, and she act like talking to Marks was going to be the end of the world. It's like, man, you have 2 other children.
Yeah, an older one, then Brooks, and then her daughter.
Right. She's got the older one that doesn't want to be on TV, so we never see him, and then she's got the daughter.
So, so yeah, so we won't play a catch up with Salt Lake City. I just don't want to do that. And then that's really all I got. I was gonna do the scene ATL, but since them putting it on Christmas Eve, I was like, I think we're gonna have to kind of maybe do it next week. But
I
I
gotta
will
finish watching the episode, and I need to. I didn't even finish watching Chasing Orlando, but I'm sure. I think we're gonna do a. I think we're gonna do a live. Me, El Teddy, and Ebby, just so we can cuss them out about.
Oh, and then also, yeah. So y'all know I don't really do chasing like that. It's not something that I watch chasing Dallas. But since Carl and Tramell are gonna be on Chasing Atlanta, I gotta support my friends, especially Carlo crazy ass.
Oh Lord, Carl is a fool, a fool for real fool.
Right, gotta support my friends.
And I love Tramell. I didn't. His first season on G Status, I was like, who does he think he is? But over the years, I've definitely grown to love Tramell.
Yeah, so I'm happy for Carl and Tramell. So I will now. I don't know how consistent I'm gonna be with it, but we gonna definitely do it. But with the scene, I haven't watched last week's episode, so we got to watch that. And at some point, y'all will get a video. I told Scotty I'm not doing no lives. Absolutely not doing a live for the scene because I don't want to say anything and be like, "Oops, I probably shouldn't have said that." So we're gonna do pre-recorded so that way if I say something, I can edit that shit right on out. So don't look for no lives for me with that. But I do like the show. I like everybody on the show. I will say JT, she is a little messy, but I'm here for her messy.
She ain't a little messy. She a lot messy.
She is a lot messy. And I text Scotty about that. I text Scotty last Friday. I was like, JT, and I told him, I'm like, I said in my video, I'm like, she kind of pissed me off when she was in her interview talking about Scotty's a bottom and Bando's a bottom. I was like, girl, what they got to do with you? What they got to do with you?
And well, when you keep watching, she keeps doing it.
Like, do you want to sleep with both of them? I'm just asking. Because she kept talking about them being bottoms. I'm like, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got shit to do with you. But hey, I like the show. I told Scotty you was a little messy when you got high and told Bando that it was JT. You should have told him in that initial meeting with him that it was JT. And I told him that. So he knows.
Messy. He was being messy.
Yeah, so nothing that I say in my videos, he don't know.
And again, I'm gonna treat it like I treat any other show. I wouldn't call anybody else up and be like, well, I'm gonna do my review. Mm-hmm. And Scotty's, contrary to what people think, Scotty's fine. He understands.
He is.
Oh yeah, Scotty was high as hell.
See, here's the thing with Scotty. Y'all went around him for his birthday because, oh God, he kept tapping me. He was like, friend, I'm high. I'm like, I know you high.
Listen, I have been around Scotty high, and
oh God, he kept.
It's tapping. A hoop.
It is. He kept tapping me. I'm like, Scotty, if you touch me one more time, we got a problem. Because I told him, I was like, don't take all of that edible. And he took the whole edible down. I said, okay, you don't want to listen to me. I'm like, I know what it's like to be off an edible high. And he didn't listen to me. Me and Sakina both told him not to do it.
Lord.
Me and Sakina both told him, no, Scotty, don't do that. But he did it. But yeah, you guys, so that's what we're going to do. The scene ATL. Hopefully everything I can have it up by tomorrow. Y'all know Baddies come on tomorrow. As much as I hate that show, I will say this season of Baddies is actually quite interesting. And my friend also got me into another show on Now That's TV called The Playboys. Now, I am reviewing nothing on Now That's TV because that's a different breed of violence. That's a different breed of violence.
There is a show coming on tomorrow on Netflix. It's a rich white woman show down in Miami. What's it called?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I think since I'm home all week, and I'm gonna watch the first episode and see if I like it. If I like it, I'll just do pre-records and upload them. I'm not gonna do a whole live about it.
Yeah.
Maybe like the final episode, I may do one long live on the final episode. But I mean, it looks like it's just gonna take me back to like season one of the Real Housewives of New Jersey or some shit,
Yeah.
or Beverly Hills, where because these women really are like rich, elite, and it's like it seems like it's like the one girl who sort of they're not accepting. She's got the money but not the pedigree. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch the first episode. It comes out tomorrow on Netflix,
Yeah.
and I'll see how I feel. Like I said, I don't want to make any promises, but there are a couple of things I'm looking at for this week.
Mhm.
But if I do it, it'll all be upload. It'll just be me recording it and uploading it on the channel. But there's a couple of things I'm looking at. But I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want
Yeah.
to make no promises.
People, yeah. Also, you guys, I'm gonna give y'all some hot topics. I'm still gonna talk about and drag Maga Minaj at some point this week. That bitch is getting drugged. I have to drag that lady through the mud. Then I want to talk about that stuff with Yandy and Mendices, but I want to say this to y'all real quick. Is anybody shocked by that? Like, I thought we already knew that Yandy and Mendices were not married. And no, Tamar is not vindicated, even though that bitch
I
thinks
don't
she
know
is.
what makes her think that vindicated her. If anything, that vindicates Fucky Dineva. For
Tamar,
all the people that said Fucky Dineva was lying, it vindicates him.
yeah, but
Because he
Tamar,
even told us they were sitting there writing his statement and how he was going to come out and tell the people about it. And the fact that he said, she told me they ain't married for real, friend. They ain't married. Like all of it falls in line. Girl, anyway, moving right along, child.
and then I wanted to talk. Actually, I can say right here. Rest in peace to Mickey from Big Brother. That was kind of that
Yeah,
was a real shock to see that she passed away. Even though I
it
wasn't
was.
a big fan of her this past season, I
Yeah.
hated seeing that she passed away. And yeah, that's all I think I think all I got coming up this week. And like I said, we'll keep y'all posted on what we're gonna do. We'll be texting each other about Beyond the Gates at some
Yeah.
point.
Again, we'll know by Wednesday or Thursday if we're gonna talk about it. We'll just see, like I said, we'll see what the episodes give. If it's something worth talking about, y'all know we can't we love talking about Beyond the Gates. If it's
Mhm.
something worth talking about, we're gonna come down here and talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, y'all, that's it. Y'all, we're gonna get off of here. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. And we will see y'all in the next one, y'all. Peace.
Peace.